What if the breathtaking sunsets of San Francisco concealed a darker reality that few choose to see? As the sun dipped low, painting the city in hues of orange and gold, Tom Walker, a 46-year-old veteran, sat hunched on a curb, a small cardboard sign beside him. His weathered face spoke of untold hardships, his frayed military jacket a testament to battles fought both abroad and within. On this seemingly serene evening, the shadows held secrets that would reveal the unseen struggles of a man caught between two worlds. The sign read, "Veteran, hungry, will work for food. Thank you for your kindness." Tom hadn't always been homeless. He had served his country with honor, completing 3 tours overseas. But after returning home, the pieces of his life slowly unraveled. Post-traumatic stress disorder and the loss of his family had led to a downward spiral. Now he found himself surviving on the streets, feeling invisible to the world around him. As pedestrians passed him by, most avoided eye contact. A few dropped coins or small bills into the coffee cup at his feet, offering sympathetic smiles before hurrying on their way. Tom was used to this routine. What he didn't expect was the black Tesla that pulled up and parked at the curb just a few feet away. The car door opened and out stepped Elon Musk, casually dressed in a black turtleneck, jeans, and sneakers. With his tousled hair and focused expression, he looked every bit the genius billionaire the world knew him as. Tom glanced up, blinking in disbelief. Elon approached him, his hands in his pockets, scanning Tom's sign before meeting his gaze. "Hey," Elon said, his tone warm but curious. "What's your story?" Tom hesitated, unsure if this was a prank or some kind of test. "I'm just trying to get by," he replied cautiously. "I served in the Army for 12 years, but things fell apart when I came back. Now I'm just trying to get enough to eat and maybe find some work." Elon nodded, his sharp eyes studying Tom. "You're a veteran? Thank you for your service. What kind of work are you looking for?" Tom shrugged, his shoulders slumping slightly. "Anything, really. I just need a chance." Elon stood there for a moment, seemingly lost in thought. Then he asked, "Do you know much about technology?" Tom chuckled dryly. "Not unless you count old radios and field communications gear. That's about as high-tech as I ever got." Elon smiled faintly. "Fair enough. But you've got discipline, right? You've faced challenges most people can't even imagine." Tom nodded, unsure where this conversation was going. "Okay," Elon said decisively. "Let's start with dinner. You hungry?" Tom blinked, his stomach growling almost on cue. Yeah, I am." "Good," Elon said, gesturing toward his car. "Hop in. Let's get you something to eat." They ended up at a small, upscale restaurant a few blocks away. Elon walked in with Tom, drawing a few curious glances from the staff and patrons. He didn't seem to care. They sat at a quiet corner table, and Tom looked out of place among the polished decor and white tablecloths. Elon noticed his hesitation. "Relax," he said with a smile. "This is just dinner. Order whatever you want." Tom glanced at the menu, overwhelmed by the options and the prices. After some encouragement from Elon, he settled on a steak dinner. As they waited for their food, Elon leaned forward. "So, tell me more about yourself, Tom. What did you do in the Army?" Tom hesitated, but something about Elon's genuine interest made him open up. "I was a field radio operator," he explained, "kept the lines of communication open in some pretty rough situations. After I got out, I tried to transition to civilian life, but it wasn't easy. I didn't have anyone to turn to, and things just spiraled." Elon listened intently, nodding as Tom spoke. "That's tough," he said. "The system isn't set up to support people like you the way it should be. It's broken. But I think we can fix that." Tom raised an eyebrow, not sure what Elon meant. Before he could ask, their food arrived. As they ate, Elon shifted the conversation. "You know, I've been working on a few projects that could use someone with your kind of background," he said casually. Tom paused mid-bite. "What kind of projects?" Elon smirked. "Let's just say I've got a few ideas for improving communication systems. It's not exactly what you're used to, but with some training, I think you'd do well. And it's not just about the work. I think it's about giving people a sense of purpose again." Tom stared at him, stunned. "Are you offering me a job?" "Sort of," Elon replied. "It's more of an opportunity. I have a foundation that helps people get back on their feet. If you're willing to put in the effort, we can get you some training, a place to stay, and a shot at a new career." Tom felt a lump in his throat. It had been so long since someone had believed in him. "Why are you doing this?" he asked quietly. Elon leaned back in his chair, his expression thoughtful. "Because I can. And because I think people like you, people who've sacrificed for others, deserve a chance to rebuild. You just need someone to believe in you." After dinner, Elon drove Tom to a hotel and arranged for him to stay there temporarily. He also gave Tom the contact information for his foundation, instructing him to call first thing in the morning. Tom sat in the hotel room that night, overwhelmed by everything that had happened. For the first time in years, he felt hope. Real, tangible hope. Meanwhile, Elon returned to his office, already making calls to set things in motion. He couldn't stop thinking about Tom's story and how many others like him were out there. Elon was determined to do more than just help Tom. He wanted to create a system that could help thousands. As Tom drifted off to sleep in the softest bed he'd been in for years, he couldn't shake the feeling that his life was about to change forever. The morning sunlight streamed through the hotel room's curtains, waking Tom to a world that felt entirely new. He rubbed his eyes, still in disbelief at the events of the previous day. For months, he'd felt invisible, like the world had passed him by. Now he had a chance, something he hadn't dared to hope for in years. He picked up the card Elon Musk had handed him, the words X Foundation, transforming potential into purpose, etched in bold letters across the top. Below that, a phone number and the name Angela Carter, the program director. Tom took a deep breath and dialed. "Good morning, this is Angela," said a calm professional voice on the other end of the line. "Hi, my name's Tom Walker. Mr. Musk told me to call." There was a brief pause, followed by a warm response. "Ah, Mr. Walker, we've been expecting you. Can you come by our office today? We'd like to get you started." Later that morning, Tom arrived at the X Foundation's headquarters, a sleek, modern building in the heart of the city. Inside, the atmosphere buzzed with energy, people from all walks of life moving with purpose. Some wore lab coats, others casual office attire, and a few, like Tom, looked a bit out of place but eager to belong. Angela Carter, a sharp-eyed woman with a kind smile, greeted him in the lobby. She handed him a folder containing his schedule and details about the program. "Mr. Musk believes in you, and so do we," she said. "Our goal is to get you the training you need to thrive." The program wasn't just about job skills. It included counseling sessions, financial planning workshops, and networking opportunities. Tom felt a spark of hope reignite as he realized how comprehensive it was. 2 weeks into the program, Tom was sitting in a computer lab, struggling to master a new piece of software, when the door opened and Elon Musk walked in. The room fell silent as everyone turned to look at him. Elon waved casually and walked straight to Tom's desk. "How's it going?" Elon asked, his tone conversational. Tom chuckled nervously. "It's a lot to learn, but I'm getting there." Elon nodded approvingly. "Good. I told you this isn't about where you've been, it's about where you're going. Keep at it." He turned to address the rest of the room. "Every person here has potential, and I want you to remember that. It's not about how much money you make or how fast you climb the ladder. It's about finding purpose and contributing to something bigger than yourself." Tom felt a swell of pride. For the first time in years, he felt like he was part of something meaningful. 6 months later, Tom had completed the program and was offered a full-time position as a communications specialist at one of Elon's satellite companies. The job was challenging but rewarding, and it gave him a sense of stability and dignity he hadn't felt in years. But Tom didn't stop there. Inspired by Elon's generosity, he began volunteering at the X Foundation, mentoring other veterans who were just starting their journey. He shared his story, offering guidance and encouragement to those who felt as lost as he once had. One day, while leading a workshop on transitioning to civilian life, Tom was surprised to see Elon walk into the room. "I hear you're doing great things here," Elon said after the session ended. Tom smiled. "Just trying to follow your example." Elon clapped him on the shoulder. "You're doing more than that. You're inspiring people. And that's what this was all about." As months turned into years, Tom's impact continued to grow. He became a leader at the X Foundation, helping to expand its programs across the country. The foundation's work became a model for organizations worldwide, proving that, with the right support, anyone could reclaim their life. Elon, true to his nature, remained behind the scenes, preferring to let the results speak for themselves. In an interview about the foundation's success, he said simply, "This isn't about me. It's about people like Tom, who remind us of the power of resilience and the importance of giving back." Years later, Tom found himself back on the street corner where his journey had begun. It was a crisp autumn evening, and he was handing out care packages to the homeless, a personal project he'd started to honor his own experiences. As he distributed blankets and food, a young man approached him, holding a sign that read, "Hungry and homeless. Will work for food." Tom knelt down, meeting the man's eyes. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Evan," the man replied, his voice filled with uncertainty. "Well, Evan," Tom said, pulling out a card with the X Foundation's logo, "I think we can help." As the man looked at the card, a flicker of hope crossed his face. Tom stood, watching him walk away, and felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had come full circle, not just rebuilding his own life, but helping others do the same. And somewhere in the distance, Elon Musk, watching from a sleek black Tesla, smiled.